Yankees fans, buckle up, because what just happened over the last few hours might be the most electric sequence of updates we've had all season. From a rookie pitcher turning heads with a performance to scream future ace, to a surprising twist in a veteran's journey through the bullpen, and finally, a jaw-dropping report that has the Bronx buzzing about what might have been with one of baseball's biggest stars. This isn't just news. It's the kind of stuff that fuels conversations in bars, on Twitter, and all across Yankees Nation. So, whether you're rocking the pinstripes from the Bronx or following from across the country, this is where it all comes together. Let's get right into the fire. Last night, all eyes were on Will Warren. And let me tell you, this kid didn't just pitch, he made a statement. We're talking about a young arm who came out with the kind of command and swagger that makes you sit up a little straighter and think, wait a minute, do we have something special here? In just 5 2/3 innings of work, Warren fanned 10 batters, a career high for the rookie. And what's even more impressive is that this wasn't a fluke outing. This was his second straight start where he raised his own strikeout ceiling, showing the kind of growth that scouts and coaches drool over. From the very first pitch he was dealing, 5 of the first 7 batters went down on strikes. He was carving up the Texas Rangers lineup with a combo of high-riding fastballs, sweeping sliders, and deceptive sinkers that kept hitters completely off balance. It was a symphony of filth, and Warren was the conductor. And while Warren was locking it down on the mound, the Yankees' offense was clicking in all the right ways. Ben Rice, part of that exciting youth movement we've been talking about all season, stepped up and launched his 10th homer of the year, giving the Bombers an early lead and injecting that signature Yankee swagger into the game. Then, in the 8th, who else but Aaron Judge stepped up and added his own punctuation mark to the night. His 16th bomb of the season put him right behind Shohei Ohtani in the race for the Major League home run crown. Judge is doing what Judge does, leading by example and continuing to be the face of this franchise with monster swings and quiet dominance. But it wasn't just about the bats. This win was a full team effort, and the bullpen deserves their flowers. Mark Leiter Jr. came in and put out a fire with inherited runners, showing poise under pressure. Devin Williams followed that up with another shutdown frame, and even Anthony Volpe chipped in with one of those gritty, unexpected hits. A bloop single to center that drove in a crucial insurance run. It wasn't flashy, but it was the kind of hit that good teams always seem to get at just the right moment. Jonah Heim may have spoiled the shutout bid with a 2-run homer in the 9th, but Luke Weaver stepped in and needed just 2 pitches to slam the door shut. That's what we call efficient. Final score, Yankees 5, Rangers 2. And more than just a victory, this one felt like a glimpse into what could be a very bright future with Will Warren at the center of it. Now, while the Yankees were riding high on the mound and in the box score, the bullpen situation got a bit more complicated with a veteran departure that left fans a bit stunned. Tyler Matzek, the lefty reliever who's had his share of ups and downs, officially declined his assignment to the minors and is now a free agent. That's right. The 34-year-old southpaw who was trying to script his comeback story in pinstripes has chosen to bet on himself rather than take a step back. And honestly, who can blame him? Matzek's journey is one of grit, resilience, and pure love for the game. Remember, this is a guy who was once a first-round pick back in 2011, made his debut with the Rockies in 2014, and then re-emerged years later as a postseason hero with the Braves, playing a massive role in their 2021 World Series title run. The Yankees took a flyer on Matzek this past February, signing him to a minor league deal and giving him a shot to climb back. And climb he did, making it to the big league roster by mid-April after some solid outings in AAA. In 6 1/3 innings for the Yanks, he posted a 4.26 ERA. Not eye-popping, but certainly not terrible. He struck out 7, but the issue was consistency. 11 hits allowed, 5 walks. It's a recipe that doesn't sit well in a bullpen already stacked with depth. Once Jonathan Loaiziga returned from the injured list, the front office made the tough call, designating Matzek for assignment, and now, rather than accept the demotion, he's rolling the dice on free agency. It's a move that feels bittersweet. On one hand, you admire the fire he's not giving up, but on the other, it's another reminder of how unforgiving this game can be. Matzek still has the stuff. His fastball touches the mid-94 mile per hour range, not far off from the 96 he used to flash in his prime. And when he's locked in, that fastball slider mix can be devastating. But command issues and stretches of inconsistency made it hard for the Yankees to justify keeping him over younger, more controllable arms. He's out there now, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see him again. Because let's not forget, baseball loves a good comeback story, and Tyler Matzek has already written one. Who's to say he can't do it again? Now, we can't talk about Yankees news without diving into the absolute shocker that's currently rocking the fan base. This next one is personal, it's emotional, and it's going to spark a lot of debate. Just days after Juan Soto returned to Yankee Stadium in a Mets uniform, looking as smooth as ever in the batter's box, but noticeably distant in the dugout, a report came out that changes the way we might view his departure. According to longtime Yankees broadcaster Michael Kay, Soto didn't actually want to leave the Yankees. You heard that right. Despite signing that eye-watering 15-year, $765 million contract with the Mets, Kay claims that Soto's heart was still in the Bronx, and here's the kicker. It was reportedly his family that steered him toward Queens. Now, before we go full conspiracy theory mode, let's rewind. Soto had a monster 2024 in pinstripes. He hit 41 home runs, posted an 8.1 WAR, and looked every bit the superstar Yankees fans had been dreaming of. He thrived in the energy of Yankee Stadium. He fed off the crowd. He loved hitting in the same lineup as Aaron Judge. All signs pointed to a match made in baseball heaven. But once free agency hit, things got complicated. The Mets, backed by billionaire owner Steve Cohen, came in strong with a deal that shattered records. And apparently, Soto's inner circle, those closest to him, especially ones with ties to Cohen and his wife Alex, were pushing hard for him to accept. Soto, known as a loyal family man, listened. And now, less than 2 months into his Mets tenure, the vibes aren't the same. Kay reported that Soto looks glum around the clubhouse. He's not smiling, not joking the way he did in the Bronx. He's still producing 8 homers, 20 RBIs, and an on-base percentage north of 370, but the spark just isn't there. StatCast data backs it up. His expected weighted on-base average is a sky-high .435, but his actual sits at just .359. He's making great contact, but the results aren't falling. His batting average on balls in play has dropped from .298 last year to .258 this season, which usually screams bad luck more than a dip in skill. Still, the numbers don't capture what Yankees fans saw this past weekend. A player who looked like he was staring at the opportunity that slipped away. And here's the real heartbreaker. The Yankees made a competitive offer. 16 years, $760 million. That's $5 million more and 1 extra year than what the Mets offered. But the allure of family comfort, of influence, and familiarity with the Mets organization proved stronger. And now we're left with what ifs. What if Soto had followed his heart instead of listening to outside voices? What if he was still wearing pinstripes, feeding off that Bronx magic? We'll probably never hear the truth from Soto himself. He's a pro, always says the right things. But actions speak louder than words. And sometimes a look in the dugout, a silent glance around the stadium filled with love and loyalty, tells you everything you need to know. This, Yankees fans, is the emotional roller coaster that defines this team. One night, you're watching a rookie carve up big league hitters like a vet. The next, you're saying goodbye to a bullpen arm who once stood atop the baseball world. And in the background, a superstar who might have been a franchise. Cornerstone walks a different path, haunted perhaps by a decision not entirely his own. Yankees Nation, the story doesn't stop there. If anything, it only gets deeper. Because behind the headlines, behind the stat lines and the box scores, what's unfolding this season is something far more layered than just baseball. It's legacy, identity, and a franchise pushing to reclaim its place at the top. And with everything swirling, from breakout performances to emotional departures, the pulse of the team feels like it's intensifying with every game. Will Warren's rise is not just a feel-good rookie arc, it's symbolic. In a season where every rotation spot matters, and with veterans either banged up or battling inconsistency, Warren didn't just give the Yankees innings, he gave them hope. Hope that maybe, just maybe, the future of this rotation isn't just about big contracts or long rehab arms, but about homegrown grit. His confidence, the way he walks off the mound after a big strikeout, it says a lot. He's not out there just trying to survive. He's trying to own every moment. And the rest of the clubhouse feels that. Judge's leadership continues to be the anchor. Every time he steps to the plate, the energy shifts. And with his bat waking up in a big way lately, you can feel the momentum tipping. 16 home runs already, and it's not even summer. What's scary is that he still looks like he's ramping up. This is what makes Judge such a force. Not just the numbers, but the way he sets the emotional tone. When he connects, the dugout erupts. When he jogs around those bases, it's not just another tally on the scoreboard. It's a reminder to the league that the captain is still very much the heartbeat of this franchise. And then you've got the young bloods. Ben Rice continues to show maturity beyond his years. His 10th homer was more than just a stat. It was the kind of swing that shifts a game, the kind that earns you respect in the clubhouse. Anthony Volpe might not always make the highlight reels, but he's putting together a campaign of consistency and clutch moments. That bloop RBI might not look pretty in the stat column, but it was exactly what the team needed when the pressure was on. These are the moments that win games in October, and the Yankees are stacking them now. But the reality is not every story is going to be a triumphant one. Tyler Matzek's departure is a reminder that baseball is cruel sometimes. He gave it everything, fought back from major surgery, clawed his way back to the bigs, and yet it wasn't enough. Not this time. You could feel the respect from the team when the news broke. Players know. They know how hard it is to get back after Tommy John, to find your rhythm again in a league that never waits. There's hope that he lands somewhere. Maybe even circles back. But right now it's another name off the whiteboard in the bullpen room, and a signal that the team is constantly evolving. And as for the Soto saga, man, that one just stings. Seeing him in orange and blue, patrolling right field at Yankee Stadium, it didn't feel right. It felt off. And now we know why. If the reports are true, if he really did want to stay and it was just family voices that guided him away, that adds a whole new layer to the narrative. Because for fans, Soto wasn't just a rental. He was supposed to be part of the future. The way he played, the joy, the swagger, it clicked instantly. And when a player fits that seamlessly, you dream big. You imagine banners, October moments, MVP chants in the Bronx. To hear now that he may have felt the same way, that deep down he saw himself as a Yankee for the long haul, it hurts. It doesn't change the reality, but it does make you wonder what might have been. And that's the thing about his team. It's always more than just the scoreboard. It's about emotion, loyalty, pain, pride. It's about the young kid rising out of nowhere and forcing the league to pay attention. It's about the veteran who gave his all, only to be left searching for one more shot. It's about the star who lit up the Bronx only to walk away and now maybe wishes he hadn't. This is Yankees baseball in its rawest form. Unpredictable, intense, and always with something bigger just beneath the surface. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the Shoe A, New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. New York. Turmoil has once again found its way into the heart of the Bronx. In a shocking turn of events, veteran slugger Paul Goldschmidt has come forward with explosive claims of internal sabotage within the New York Yankees organization. As the team continues to underperform in a season filled with sky-high expectations, Goldschmidt's accusations have set the baseball world ablaze. Goldschmidt, a seasoned player known for his discipline and professionalism, did not mince words during a post-game press conference following the Yankees' latest loss. There are things happening behind the scenes that are affecting our performance, he said. It's not just about missed pitches or bad calls. There's something deeper, intentional disruptions coming from within. While he refrained from naming individuals, Goldschmidt's statements suggest a breach of trust and unity in the clubhouse, raising serious concerns about leadership, communication, and loyalty within the Yankees' ranks. Rumors of disagreements between coaching staff and players and questionable strategic decisions over the past weeks now seem to align with his claims. The Yankees, one of MLB's most storied franchises, entered the season with a stacked roster and championship aspirations. However, inconsistent play, lackluster offense, and a disjointed team dynamic have plagued them, leading to a string of losses that has left fans frustrated and analysts bewildered. With Goldschmidt's public remarks, the narrative has dramatically shifted from simple underperformance to possible betrayal. Team management has yet to issue an official statement regarding the allegations, but sources within the organization describe a growing tension behind closed doors. Some players, speaking anonymously, confirmed a toxic atmosphere that has worsened over recent weeks, while others expressed shock at Goldschmidt's bold move. Whether this is a wake-up call for the Yankees or the beginning of a deeper unraveling remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the Bronx Bombers are no longer just battling their opponents. They may now be fighting themselves. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.